Welcome to Better Biz, and today I've got a really interesting guest in Peter Loosely, who's the Managing Director of Virtual IT Managed Services. Peter, thanks for joining us.
Great to be here, Anthony.
Peter, I wanted to ask you about one of the great debates of our time. Right? I turn on my computer, it says you need to perform an update. I think, do I do the update? Is the update legitimate? Should I wait till later? What happens if I wait till later? You know, it's like it's a question that most people are facing almost daily in their minds. And what's the answer? What do you advise when people are in that sort of scenario? And indeed, should they even be in that scenario is probably the important question. Should they be handling the updates locally?
Well, my usual advice is that if you're doing updates without pre-testing them on a system that is not critical, amounts to about playing Russian roulette with your business. Because there has been many times, documented times, that Microsoft have released patches for major systems, such as one in, I think it was 2007, I believe it was, whereas they released a patch for an Exchange upgrade. There was a lot of administrators. It was told to be a critical, immediate update that was required. Administrators applied this update and the systems crashed. Then Microsoft realized that they hadn't done proper testing on this patch and there was a bit of a code error, but it couldn't be reversed. Therefore, the next problem became there was a lot of administrators that had their systems down and realized that their backups weren't working properly. So they had a lot of egg on their face. Look, with small to medium businesses though, doing updates is something that is still a risk because you can do an update on your system that'll cause a blue screen of death. How do we cover this? Every update that we actually perform for our clients, we've pre-tested and we've validated that these updates will not cause any major catastrophes actually on their system. And for the ones that we are concerned about, we always ensure there's a rollback procedure for that. If there's no rollback, you have to test before you commit that to a company-wide solution. Now, this is where some of the things like virtualized computer systems comes in really handy because you can play like in a sandbox, play around with it until it actually breaks. And then you go, okay, now we know not to do that in the real world.
Yeah, and you mentioned Microsoft before, and I know you're a Microsoft Silver partner, but it's almost a full-time job keeping up with those updates, aren't they? Because they are pretty regular.
Well, the updates themselves is actually a bit of a burden because we do actually spend a lot of time ensuring that they are validated. But the biggest area we find with Microsoft is the amount of announcements we get out of Microsoft about changes that are occurring in the back end that we need to verify, such as within their SharePoint, within their Exchange systems, within service systems, of areas that they have decided are either not supported anymore or that are redundant, end of life. And they will actually just pull off the system without giving any user notification. And suddenly a user says, well, a feature used to work and now it doesn't. And we find out it's because Microsoft have pulled the feature. So we're constantly always reviewing those to try to find out what may affect our clients so that we can give them some forewarning to ensure that they actually have some plans in place.
Peter, you've given us a lot of really amazing information today. How do people get more?
Well, the best one I could recommend people would be to download or subscribe to our weekly cyber tech tips. The tech tips are not a marketing tool. We use these as free advice to people to help them learn how to secure their systems. And we also give some great tech tips on how to get better efficiencies out of the software that they're using. It's only one a week, and we try to keep them short so that people don't have to spend hours or a large amount of time trying to go through the data, and it's easy to digest.